Before we talk about stuff that happened with your team, we had a chance to talk to Jake, and kind of updated us on his situation there, and said it looked like chances of him coming back would be slim. Just as a coach, when you hear that about a guy with his kind of pedigree, what does that say to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's from the team standpoint, it's a big blow, as we know. But on a personal standpoint, like for him, it's a big blow, probably a bigger blow, right? He's guy's played over 1,000 games. He's one thing you love about Jake is just his passion to be around the rink, his passion for his teammates, his willingness to just put the effort in every night. He was our top scorer last year. It's really talked about much. We haven't had him for a long time. We miss him, but at the end of the day, your health's number one. It is, and it's like I said, it looks a little bleak right now. We're going to go by the doctors and their recommendations, but first you're just thinking about him as a person and his family, and take care of him first, and then we'll see what that means for the hockey career as we go forward.
You talk about him being around the rink. He mentioned, I'd love to be around to answer questions if needed. How welcome would you be to having him just be around because of his presence? No, around your team.
Oh yeah, no, he can be around us, not you guys. That's
no, just because his presence is so.
No, and we've talked. He's there's a lot of thoughts that go through your head when you get information that he has, and there is life after hockey, right? And I'm here to help him any way I can as far as if coaching is something if that was his thought, if he gets the red light instead of we're on a yellow light right now, and there's a lot of things that he said you have discussions now that I've been there as a player, and you start thinking outside the box. You're not just there's life after the game. So anything I can do to help him, I want him around. I think he's good for our room.
Ray, did you have any sense when this happened back in Finland? Did you have any sense it was this serious or it'd be this?
No. It's one of those things you just never know, right? And it's cumulative, right? This isn't. I don't think it's a one-time incident. There's a lot of tread on those tires that have been worn off, and he's put a lot of miles on that body, and I shared with him. I said it's very rare that you go out on your own terms, right? It's there's like 1% that do, and if this is it for him again, it's a lot of ifs right now. There's no nothing guaranteed, and we're going to wait and see and listen. But you got to wrap your head around it. But yeah, back to your original question. No, I didn't see it as being where we're having this discussion today.
Changing gears a little bit, what did you need to see, or what did the organization need to see from Kirill Marchenko in Cleveland? He's been scoring all along. What did you need to see with his game that prompted this move?
Well, he's got to adapt. It's not just scoring, right? It's like that's one element, but it's learning the North American game, and so for him, even I sat with him. He asked great questions, and we sat and went over some details and some of the structure stuff, and he feels more comfortable now rather than from camp. At camp, it's there's a lot going on, a lot of skating drills, different stuff. So now that he's settled, he's played North American style here for 20-plus games down there or whatever it is, and or maybe a little bit less, but produced, which is great. But adapting to the style of play, that's the biggest thing. The time and space is different. The way teams check, the way teams pressure, it's quite a different game for those guys when they come over here. So I think he feels more comfortable. Now I think he's going to understand as he starts. He's going to play tomorrow, barring something crazy happens, but he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. It's going to be fast. You're playing against a pretty good team in Pittsburgh. So what he's learned there in the AHL is great. It's valuable. But now it's going to be, another level with a team like Pittsburgh.
Yeah. He made the decision to stay in Russia. Many of them do to sort of work through his 18 to 22-year-olds or whatever. What can you say about how he responded to going to Cleveland and staying in Cleveland when others around him are being called up, and he seemed to continue to produce? There didn't seem to be any sort of attitudinal issues.
Zero attitude. His willingness to work, learn, adapt to the game. I talk to Vokes weekly, and always asking about him. And the first thing is his passion for the game. I love that. He's got this passion to learn, passion for the game. He's always smiling coming to the ring. He's excited to play. He knew this could be part of the equation. He may not make it out of camp, and he's been a total pro. You know, when I ask about his practice habits, all the things, gym habits, it's not just on the ice product of scoring goals. It's everything checks out. He's doing it. He's doing it with enthusiasm. He's excited. So that's infectious. You know, he's still a young man. He's learning the game, but he didn't take it or he didn't take the demotion and sulk. He went down there and he put the work in, and the production, yes, great, but all the other elements that we're cognizant about and worry about, he's checked them off and done a real good job down there.
You have him on a pretty young line, or at least you didn't practice today. Are you cool with that line in a game
We'll
setting?
see. Yeah, again, it was more, we're still dealing with some stuff too, so it could all change by tomorrow. You never know. Nothing would surprise me anymore here. So, yeah, we'll see. He's some guys have earned a little bit more. We'll just, and that could change. We could start like this and change by the end of the first. It's we're going to see where this takes us.
Do you expect Gavrikov to play?
I do. Yeah, maintenance day, and yeah, he took one in the mouth. They were pretty sore today.
And the last one for me: when does Elvis get one of these games? And have you thought long and hard about which is best for that?
Yeah, he's going to play tomorrow. He's going to play tomorrow, and then we'll make a decision after that.
Yeah. Okay, not the last question for me. Sorry. But your answer is too good.
Yes. I did it twice. I did it twice on camera.
How beneficial did Elvis need a reset? Is 2 weeks off? I know it was for an injury, but can that be a good thing?
We'll see. You know, I don't have a playbook and all that. You know what I mean? Especially that position, it's different. It's yeah. I mean, it could be great, could be horrible, could be something in between. I don't know. It's he knows he's got a better game. I know he's got a better game. We're all, you know, it's, you know, if we can play better in front of him, help him ease into games too. It's not just one guy. It wasn't just him. It was all of us. We're all in this together, and so, you know, it's like a scorer. You know, you score, you're confident. You have a good game. You kind of feel good about yourself, and so I don't have a crystal ball. We'll see. We'll see how it goes for him tomorrow.
As a coach, how much do you weigh, you talked about Marchenko's attitude, how much do you weigh, you know, a young player's attitude, especially coming over to a completely new country, a new lifestyle, new game, essentially, versus the production that they have on the ice? How do you balance, like, how you evaluate a player like that?
Well, here's how I do it. It's like a pie chart, right? I mean, you got your pieces of the pie. You got your analytics. You got your production. You got your. So that's how I look at it. It's production, great. There's a slice for you, but if his attitude isn't good, if he's not working in a way that's a big problem. It is you know, when we look at guys, you know, especially where we're at in the youth, and you know, we've been banged up and we're dealing with it. But you know, my goal is to see how I evaluate it is, can this guy be a guy that we can use for 28 games, and that 28 is the playoffs. If we went 7-7-7-7, is he a guy that we can plug in there and go, yeah, that's a guy that I want in the lineup? So that's how I evaluate everybody, and there's a list within that list, but that's really the goal. Is he going to be? And they're all different. They don't all have to be one criteria, you know. But can I win with this guy for 28 games if we had to go the distance 4 rounds? And so attitude's a huge part of it. You know, how you deal with adversity, that's a huge part, because you go to playoffs. You could be up 2-0. They win the next 2. Then what? How do you deal with that adversity? And you don't have time, you know, to feel sorry for yourself. You got to win that game 5. So, again, it's kind of a long-winded answer, but I think it's real important. And you watch these guys, how they handle it, how they treat it, how they treat their teammates. All these things are so important. It's not just the goals and assists. Those are great, but that's just one slice of that pie. And I think the more you can fill that pie up and with positives and check marks, those are the guys you're going to want in your 28.
It's the mom's trip, first time in a long time that you guys have been able to do anything like this because of the pandemic. You excited for your players for this opportunity and maybe some added juice on the road here in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we'll see. It's a neat thing they started here several years ago, or I don't know how long it's been going now, but you know, when I was in the league, they didn't have anything like this, but I know my mom or dad would have loved to do something like this. So I think it's great, you know, that now being a parent and you know what goes into you know, the sacrifice and that these moms have put in and their dads for their careers, and it's a small sliver that they give back, and they get to get a glimpse of what they do on a day-to-day basis. I think it's fantastic.
Do you see these guys behaving differently on
Oh, yeah, all of a sudden, everybody's nice, everybody's a gentleman, yeah. And where are these guys all the time?
Dress a little nicer.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. That's subjective, right? So, I don't know.
Mom's throwing out suggestions to you on the bench?
Oh, I'm scared to go near the moms, trust me, I got kids too, and I got to make decisions as coaches, so sometimes you got to be careful. Some might love you, some might want to kill you. That's just part of the job. But no, I expect to go introduce myself to all of them, and like I said, they're a big part of what these guys do, and huge influences in their lives.
How excited are you to be here?
I'm very excited. It's a great time for me because I never played in NHL. It's my first game tomorrow, and yeah, I'm very excited. But I sleep today because I early drive in Columbus, but I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
challenging has that been?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's hard waiting, just more things about Columbus, about games, how you play, what I do on the ice. But I try not think about this and I have wife and she helped me a little bit, and yeah, I'm okay. I try don't worry about this and think a little bit know about hockey, just for life. Because if I start think about hockey, it's just hockey. More things, what I do on the ice, it's hard.
Play tomorrow night against Malkin and Crosby, these players I'm guessing we watch for you. Does that just add to the excitement?
Yeah, of course. I'm very excited. I was a small guy. I've been a small guy and just watch how these two guys play, and now play against Malkin and Crosby. It's very excited for me, but need to win and keep working.
Yeah.
It's just I really want to watch Crosby's game and Malkin games in live, and play against. I don't know how is this. I think it's hard, but I try. Yeah.
You scored a lot of goals and had a lot of points with Cleveland.
Not a lot, but just I can more. Yeah.
What kind of changes did you have to make to your game before you got to play in the NHL? Was that clear to you? Did you know all along what you needed to fix or work on before you got called up?
Yeah, I talked with coaches and coaches in Cleveland, and they help me all the time and just show me clips of where I need to play better, and just small details in D zone or neutral zone, just play without puck, because said me if you take puck, you just can play how you want and try score, but without puck need to work, and I keep working now, and just look at games and what I do without puck, no great, and I just fix this. I try fix these moments.
And was it always easy to stay positive?
Yeah, of course, but it's easy for me when I stay positive all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's excited for me, and I try. I like it.
Yeah.
Stay positive. Yeah.
Tell me about playing for Coach Vogelhuber and just Trent Vogelhuber,
Yeah.
Coach, what that experience has been like.
For me, it's all coaches very great, and it's just great. And sorry for my English. Yeah.
You're fine.
And it's great, and they work with me. He's work with me, and they all the time want to help you go up, and try for you need to fix this, and just try keep working, and it's very excited, and I won't say to him thank you so much, but I don't know what next, and maybe I come back, maybe not. Yeah,
Will your family be able to watch this game?
I think of course, but of course it's first game. Yeah, I think yes. It's but no in the ring. Just
Just back home.
Yeah. Yes, I think yeah.